Hello YouTube, this is D Computing, and you are looking at my 2007 Mitsubishi Raider. This is what we're going to work on today. And the reason I wanted to make this video is because every time I need to fix something on this thing, I am having to, well, quite frankly, having a hard time finding a good video on a Mitsubishi Raider. So one good thing is the Dodge Dakota is very similar to this. In fact, the Mitsubishi Raider is a rebranded Dodge Dakota. So here, take a look at what we're going to do today. This, my suicide door, I've already unscrewed this so you can see what's going on here. This stopped working, so when I try to open the latch, it does not open. So what has happened here is these two little boots have broken off from the inside, which keeps the cable from engaging the latches on the inside. So what I've done is I've found a place, and I'll show you over here. Let's come back here. These pieces right here I have found on eBay from this place here, OK Marketing Place. They have an actual web presence, but these particular devices I got from eBay. And they are marketed for a Dodge Dakota, which I'm hoping, and I believe that it's the case, that they will work on the Mitsubishi Raider as well. And what has come in the package is these four. And one of these, if I can find which one it is actually for the top latch. So we're going to use all four of these latches today. Or not latches, but boots. And this is what's come in the package. A business card. How much? I paid about 20 bucks for it. Not bad. That's the package. And the door repair kit. Go ahead and read this. That'll give you an idea how to repair this. And we're going to come back over this way for a second, and I'll show you something here. I'm going to have to remove this door panel right here in order to get down there and to unlatch this. My top latch up here I think is engaging just right. I just have to reach inside here to manually grab that latch and pull it to get this door open. And it's going to take me a minute to do, so I'm going to break away, get it open, and then I'll show you how I did it. Let's get to it. There we go. Okay, so it was a bit trickier getting that door panel off than I expected. In the end, as you can see, I got it off and I got the door open. The reason I couldn't get it open is, you see down there, those yellow pieces, that's where two screws went. Up here, this hole right there is where a screw is, and there's where a screw is. And then at the very bottom underneath, right there, right there. Now those two at the bottom I couldn't get off at all until I opened the door. And this screw at the top was actually hidden behind my seat belt. So as you can see, my seat belt's not there anymore because it's sitting down there on the floor. I had to take it out. As you can see, there's two screws right there, T45s you'll need to get, and they're pretty hard to get out. I tried the screwdriver method on the end of a screwdriver. Could not get the grip to release that, so I had to go out and get a, let me show you where to go. Yeah, right here. I had to get one that would fit on the end of my 3/8" drive so I can have some leverage to pop that open. You'll need to get one of those if you don't already have one. So I had to remove that and then finally get to my screw and got it open. So at that point I could pull my panel forward and understand the door was still closed. So right here, but when the panel was there, I could barely get my hand in there, so I had to push that panel and wedge my hand down underneath there to where that hole is. And if you can see inside there, I'll try to focus it. That's where the bottom linkage connected to. So the boot that we're replacing connects to that black piece there. You might see it right underneath there. There's a little brass piece that the cable actually goes into, and that's actually the latch that opens the bottom piece down here. So if you look at my door latch, I pull it open. You see there's two pieces there, two cables. This bottom piece fell out of the linkage, which forced me to have to do all this to reach my hand down there to pull it loose. So I was able to pull that up. I could hear a little click on it, and then what I had to do is actually come over here. At the same time I was reaching there, I had to pull this in order to get the top latch to come undone at the same time. So boom, I got it open, and then I was able to get the bottom two screws out to pull the panel off altogether. So now what I got to do, the next step in this repair, is this boot right here. You see that it broke. I have to replace that on all four of these. So I have to replace that one, two right here in my latch. They're both broken. And then the one on the bottom too, which that one actually doesn't look like it's broken. It just came undone when I was trying to do my repairs. So we'll go ahead and replace that anyway, and I will break away and get that prepared, and I'll show you what I do step by step along the way. I'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, I got the first piece on, and what I did there is, you can see these two tabs on the side there. You pinch those together and push that open, and it will actually open two steps, and all you need to do is open it the first step, and it'll open it up to where you can fit that head in there. So the first thing you want to do is, you'll see the rubber piece there's a rubber piece inside there. You want to open that up so that you can cut that piece out, and then the back piece you want to cut this off too. So what I did is just use a cutting knife, just a blade, to cut those open. And then since that other piece was open and I stripped that off, I'll take one of these, and that's the end there. So that first groove is what you want to close back in on that pin. So it's not really a pin, but that plastic piece right there, you want to close it around that neck. But of course right there is the groove that you want to slide your cable onto. And what I did was retracted it back, so I just had bare cable and not this coating, and just fitted it around the wire, and then I slid the black coating part of it right back in there on the end. It fits in there perfectly. So let me get the rest of it and I'll show you when I'm done. Okay, so I've got all four pieces in now. There's the top piece right here that fits up in there, and then there's the two pieces in there on the latch itself, and then all the way down there at the bottom. It's kind of tough, but I got it. I won. That one down there, I had to trim the slot a little bit to get it to fit in place. Just a little trimming on that one is all that I had to do, and after that it went right in. Another tip I wanted to show you that kind of works on each one of these is the black coating on the cable itself. So you got your bare wire, which you might be able to see it in there, and then you have the coating around it. and how that slot, this little crack that they give you to work with to fit your bare wire on, you won't be able to open that up and squeeze it around that piece. So the way I did it was I actually slid the back piece in first over the bare wire and then pushed the protective coating part into the hole that they give you there, and then I was able to slide the whole piece on and then put that head in there and twist it like they show you on the instructions. So let me get the rest of this door together and I'll test it to see if it works, and I'll show you how it came out. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back together. It's up there, and again the two pieces in there on the latch and down at the bottom. Got the latch all buttoned up. Let's give it a try. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Hey, works perfect. Very good. Let me button it up and I'll show you the finish. Okay, as you can see, everything's back in place. All screws back where they should be. Everything's working fine. The seat belt is back where it should be. Even this little guard put back in place to tidy it up. And everything works. It closes, opens as advertised. And close that up. So we go back here. Didn't have to use a whole lot of tools. Used a Phillips head screwdriver, cutting blade, number 10 socket, what was that, a T12? No, T25 for the door, T45 for the seat belt, and there's a bunch of the old boots that I had to take out, cut them out. They're actually pretty easy to come out. Just cut it at one end and just kind of manhandle it the rest of the way. It rips right off pretty easily. And again, there's the kit. Just paid $25 for it, and it's these guys right here. OK Marketplace. It's where I got them. They have a web presence and they also have an eBay presence, and I think probably Amazon too. Overall pretty easy to install. I'll say it's kind of easy. There was a couple hang-ups here or there. The one thing I couldn't do is, you see I have this little screwdriver here. I tried to do the screwdriver in a 45 but with a 1/4 inch drive to take out the seatbelt retainer, and I could not for the life of me get enough grip to turn that screwdriver to loosen those screws for the seatbelt. So what I had to do is come over here, and I had to go to Harbor Freight to get one of these 45s that will fit my 3/8 inch drive to get some leverage on it to pop them open. Another kind of hang up is I'm kind of a big guy, and I had to squeeze in the back of my truck there, in the back, to get back there to actually unscrew the panel and unscrew the seat belt retainer as well. I actually surprised myself I could fit back there and was roomy enough to do the work that I needed at the time. And then the other hang up is to actually open the door because it was stuck shut, and I had to squeeze my hand down in there. I had to pull the top part of the door panel, the top screws and the middle screws, and then pull the rest of it. Again, I had to remove that seat belt before I could do that, and reach my hand all the way down in there, and I had to do two things at once. I had to lift up on that latch and I had to pull down on the other one to get that open. And overall it probably took me about 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours. I actually started it one day and then finished it up on the other day because I had to go get one of those and then had family stuff to take care of after that, so I had to put it off for the rest of that day and come back to it. So at the most probably 2 or 3 hours, and that's with a lot of trying to figure this or figure that out with it. And that about does it. I'm happy my door is working, and I would definitely get more stuff from this guy later on. If God forbid the other door goes, I'll definitely go back and get those from him. Pretty easy to do. It really beats having to spend 150, 200 bucks on a whole linkage, the whole set, when all you had to do is just replace. So I will leave it at that. You guys have a blessed day and come back and see me. And if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Help me out. I'm aspiring at this new venture on this. Thank you very much.